From the founding days of the United States, tariffs have played a pivotal role in shaping the nation's economy and trade relationships with the world. Back in the late 18th century, tariffs weren't just about protecting industries, they were a primary source of revenue for the fledgling government. The very first tariff laws set the stage for what would become a centuries-long debate over free trade versus protectionism. Throughout the 19th century, this debate intensified. Industrializing northern states favored higher tariffs to shield their growing factories, while the largely agricultural South pushed back, preferring lower tariffs to ease the cost of imported goods. These tensions contributed to political battles and even deepened sectional divides. In the early 20th century, tariff policies took a dramatic turn with the infamous Smoot-Hawley tariff. Designed to protect American jobs during the Great Depression, it raised duties on thousands of imported goods, but instead of shielding the economy, it sparked a wave of retaliatory tariffs worldwide, worsening economic hardship and demonstrating the dangers of aggressive trade barriers. After World War II, America shifted gears, championing multilateral trade agreements and lowering tariffs to encourage global economic growth. Organizations like GATT and later the World Trade Organization aimed to reduce barriers and foster cooperation, though selective tariffs and protections remained in certain sectors. Fast forward to the 21st century, and America's tariff landscape became more volatile. Under the Trump administration, tariffs surged once again in an attempt to rebalance trade relationships deemed unfair. Starting in 2018, tariffs targeted steel, aluminum, and a vast array of goods imported from China and other countries. Supporters argued these measures would protect American industries and jobs. Critics warned they could drive up consumer prices and provoke damaging retaliatory actions. One of the ripple effects of these trade tensions has been on American agricultural exports. Crops like corn, soybeans, and wheat, once staples of the global food market, have encountered growing resistance abroad. Some importers cite concerns about the quality of these crops, pointing to inconsistent grading, pesticide residues, or the prevalence of genetically modified varieties. These issues have caused rejection of shipments in some markets. Meanwhile, competitors like Canada, Brazil, Argentina, and Ukraine have seized the opportunity. Canada has expanded exports of grains and oilseeds, leveraging its geographical proximity and favorable trade agreements. Brazil and Argentina, benefiting from lower costs and robust crop yields, have taken over significant shares of markets that the United States once dominated. The perception of declining quality in American exports stems from several factors. Changes in farming methods, environmental challenges like drought or flooding, and disruptions in supply chains have all played a role. Some countries also express concern over environmental and social standards related to farming practices in the United States, further influencing purchasing decisions. Turning back to tariffs themselves, the Trump-era policies offer mixed lessons. Tariffs can offer short-term protection but risk triggering trade wars that hurt exporters and consumers alike. Retaliatory tariffs often hit agricultural sectors hardest, putting pressure on farmers who rely on foreign markets. And while tariffs may aim to correct trade imbalances, they can also increase costs for industries that depend on imported materials. Moreover, global trade has evolved beyond simple tariffs. Digital services, intellectual property, and supply chain complexities mean that traditional tariffs alone cannot resolve many economic disputes. Countries now use a variety of tools, regulations, sanctions, trade agreements, to navigate these challenges. In this landscape, America's role as a trade partner is shifting. The nation faces the challenge of maintaining competitiveness, ensuring product quality, and fostering diplomatic relationships that support exports. This history of tariffs and trade connects directly to the global agricultural market and the struggles facing American farmers. The story of crop rejections and shifting buyers reveals a market in flux, where quality, price, and geopolitical factors collide. Looking ahead, America's trade policies and agricultural exports will continue to be a barometer of broader economic health and international relations. Navigating this complex terrain requires balancing domestic interests with global realities.